Team that is surrounding him, both from National Security Advisor, Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of State, the intelligence community. But at the end of the day, the ultimate person to lead that negotiation or that conversation and be at the table will be the president. John.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. The North Korean government has made promises before. They've reneged on those promises with two prior administrations. What's different now? Why should we trust Kim Jong-un now?
Again, because the United States is going to continue that maximum pressure campaign. We are making no concessions, and we are not going to move forward until we see concrete and verified actions taking place by North Korea. We are also operating from a position of strength that we haven't had in previous administrations due to the maximum pressure campaign, not just by the United States. Let's not forget that a lot of our allies and partners like China, South Korea, Japan have stepped up and done infinitely more over the past year due to the president's leadership than they have in the previous administration. So this is a collective effort to put that pressure on North Korea, and it's going to continue. North Korea is in a place of weakness, and that is certainly recognized by the promises that they've made through this conversation. Francesca?
Has starved his own people, he's murdered his own people. You could say he's responsible for the death of Otto Warmbier. Why put him on the same stage as the President of the United States?
The President wants to make sure that we denuclearize the peninsula and that we're securing and helping have a safer world. I'm glad that you guys are acknowledging a lot of the problems of North Korea, because just a couple of weeks ago, a lot of members in the press were actually elevating North Korea and some of the members of the regime and comparing them to people in the United States and in this administration. I think that is actually what put North Korea on a similar stage. No action by this administration has even remotely demonstrated a level of rise that the media did during the Olympics and through some of those stories. Francesca.
Thank you, Sarah. Yesterday, a South Korean official came out to the stakeout location and said that this meeting would be taking place by May. But you did not say that in your original statement. That's not what you said today, that a place and time has not been set. So was there some sort of a miscommunication by that? Because that is definitely what had been said by Mr. Chung yesterday evening.
No, I'm simply saying that a time and place haven't yet been set.
Okay, and so moving on from that point, can you kind of explain to us how this did end up coming about last night? Because we had the president pop his head in here at roughly close of business and say to supporters who were around that there was going to be this announcement.
Maybe that's y'all's close of business. Our hours must be a little later than y'all's.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you guys were all still here.
So popped his head in here, though, and said that there would be an announcement coming around 7 p.m. from the South Koreans. Then the White House ends up telling us that it will be here on this property. Then it wasn't until an hour after that that you even sent out a statement affirming the details, some of the details, not the May part, of what this announcement that President Trump would be meeting with Kim Jong-un. Can you walk us through how that all happened from the president popping in here to the fact that a South Korean official, not the White House, briefed us on our own property outside?
Again, this was the result of the South Korean delegation who had met with the North Koreans earlier in the week, coming here to give us an update on their conversations and their meetings and relaying that information and us responding to that.
So
and the reason for the South Koreans, I believe that was the end of your question, addressing is because those were the individuals